Hey everyone, welcome to the month of May. Normally on these monthly reviews I do from the game priming, I stick to the game priming app or Amazon games for the PC. And I try to pick games out of that client. But I kind of mentioned and gave hints here and there when there was a big game, but they usually give you codes, or if you link your Epic account, you can get games through the Epic client, GOG, and Legacy Games, which is a lot of the puzzle games they have there. And generally, these are the big AAA titles. For example, this month, Tomb Raider is on GOG. The reboot one, I highly recommend that trilogy. It's an amazing trilogy. Just anytime it's free, just grab it. I think that's pretty well known. But generally, I always stick away from those. But after the past couple months, seems like they're gearing towards more to that. And I found an interesting one that I want to talk about today. That was part of the Epic Games, which is Electrician Simulator. So let's get into it. Electrician Simulator came out in 2022 and has a Metacritic score of 60, which I thought was low and only 4 reviews for it. So I thought this was an interesting game. The developers are from Poland, so there's a lot of Europe-based electronics here with the wall plugins and stuff that me as an American isn't too familiar with. So I don't have a lot of experience on that. And I'll clarify at the beginning too, I'm not an electrician. So the accuracy of this is kind of based off my general knowledge and the things I kind of worked on. But I would say it's a pretty decent simulator overall. The game you're looking at about 7 to 8 hours to actually complete. This is one of them story-based simulators. The best game I can think off the top of my head is Lawnmower Simulator to compare this to. Kind of you just get tasked, you go to the area, come back, get paid, and do that. Not too much on the story and fixing stuff up on that aspect. It's more just kind of experiencing the job. So it's just do the task and get it completed. And it's pretty cool. You get your certification using a VR headset. Yes, I know the garage is dark. I, some reason, never looked for a light switch. I don't know if that was in there or part of the story you get lights. Was not clear on that, so sorry for the bad darkness at sometimes. But you get your certification after doing some task, and then you can go work on people's houses. And it ranges from common things like someone didn't wire up the outlet to someone just had like a broken light bulb. So it's kind of similar real life thing from like my IT computer help I do with my family. So I liked the task. It was wide range. It was pretty fun. I enjoyed it. It made things simple, but yet you're figuring it out. So like unscrewing an outlet. Followed the pattern I'm kind of used to too, but obviously made it quicker and streamlined. I liked that. Connecting stuff was pretty cool. Testing out and figuring out how things work, especially a lot of the stuff over in Europe. So I enjoyed that a lot. My complaint here is mainly in telling me what to do. A lot of it was in the certification area. That's why I brought it up now. For example, I had to change the light bulb, but in the middle of doing this, I switched the light bulbs and it never filled it out for me. All the light bulbs worked. I was confused. I went back and just did the task. The second certification, I had to test the outlets. So I had the tester and was using it, never got checked off until I plugged in a lamp, and that was counting as testing, which, yes, it is testing, but it was like I had this test meter that I thought I really needed, but I kind of didn't need it. So that was my biggest complaint of the game. But everything else, the controls were real nice and simple. I mean, you're just kind of walking around and clicking through things, so not too complex. The graphics look amazing. And I enjoyed it thoroughly just going around people's houses. And I also liked the second element of the game was getting small appliances to work on your workbench. So you can get anything from smoke detectors to game controllers, even gaming consoles. So it was cool in there. They kind of knew their audience with this game, I think, and gave you that freedom. And I thought that was cool to fix. I know Gaines probably watching this and curious and seeing if he wants to try the game, but it's free this month, of course. But it was cool to take part controller. You have money that you start out with was 200. So your workbench items, you may have to go do a job. You also have to buy the equipment to do the job. And they give you hints along the way to not make it complex and kind of just streamline some of the stuff, like trying to guess like what type of light bulbs do I need. They kind of tell you ahead of time. So I found that as nice. You could ignore it too, but I thought it was real nice to just give you them hints and kind of help you out if you just don't want to try to guess the light bulb. But the workbench I liked a lot too. You got into more of the area I know. And I enjoyed it a lot, just fixing all the items. You had a game controller that was broken, and I love the client pictures. My favorite one was this one here of the headphones. The right or left ear didn't work, and it's beside underneath the tire pretty much. So I always thought those are funny in real life. But overall, this game was a great checkout. I really enjoyed it. I've been playing it for a while. Overall, this is a great one. The pro here is you will learn a little bit about electronics. I don't know if you would wire your house necessarily, but you get a general idea and some of the things. And I like assembling the stuff was pretty fun. It was streamlined enough, but made it feel like you were actually working. Con here is it's not a simulator you're going to play again and again. It is just a story base. You go through it in about 8 hours, you'll be done. I don't know if you'll go back and replay it, but since it's a free game, that con isn't bad. On Steam, this game's normally $18, so I don't even think the price was bad for it in general. But for free, I highly recommend getting this game. But that's all I have for May. I'm going to switch it up, and like I said, if there's a GOG game or Epic game or Legacy game or whatever other third party they go through, or their own Amazon Prime Gaming app, I'll start mixing those in and just get a little more going on, because it seems like they're leaning towards third party. I don't know exactly what's going on, but I did. Once I saw Electrician Simulator was there, I was like, I gotta play this game. So I was happy I did, enjoyed it. I hope y'all enjoy, and happy free gaming.